Bedoya in at a tackle spot now. Guerrero on an option. This is the play he went 70 yards on before, but not this time. Aaron Alderson plays the ball well, aided on the play by Bill Connolly, and the gain is only a yard. It'll be a third down play coming up at the 35-yard line of Rio Hondo. Let's call it a 3rd and 4 coming up for the Cares. And why Cares? It's K-A-R-E-S. And it's simply, as Coach Johnson told me before the championship game last year, it just connotes and denotes that they care a great deal about what they're involved in, what their school is doing, and about their football team. Wide receiver far side, Aiden in motion to the near side. Moore back to throw Guerrero. Now the rush on. He's going to be sacked. Down he goes. First time the Eagles have put a decent rush on Guerrero tonight, and he paid the price. Crashing in, Eric Alderson. Helped on the play by Connolly, and also in there was Jim Hart. As the Eagles penetrated that time, and the loss on the play is about 5 yards, and on 4th and just about 9, they've got to kick it away. So the Eagle penetration that time by their defensive line, enabling them to sack the quarterback, and now Dave has to kick it away. We played 2 minutes of the third period, and the Eagles, and that's a positive sign, stopping the first Rio Hondo drive. The snap to Guerrero is high, but he brings it down, gets off a good kick. Zyman over his shoulder at the 12, needs to break a tackle away from Aiden, but Don tackles him in the open field right at the 12-yard line. Don Aiden with a beautiful open field tackle on John Zyman, who faked to the left and came back to the right, and Aiden was waiting for him. Eagles have the ball, and they're going to give Zyman progress to the 15-yard line. That's where the Eagles will begin first down. First offensive series, period number 3. All right, out of the huddle they come. Pence is split to the right side, wide side of the field. Aiden has him there. Safety man Pettit also there to help out if necessary. The give to John Zyman, and Aiden comes up from his cornerback position to trip him up. John dives out over the 20, but he'll get progress to the 20-yard line precisely, and a gain of 5. Second down and 5 coming up. Well, everybody down here about as friendly as they could possibly be, setting us up in our location just behind the bleachers right at the 40-yard line. We had to climb a rather treacherous ladder, and if you're familiar with the old Templeton ladder, it's not as bad as that one, but any sort of height does me in, and somebody was good enough to bring us a drink during halftime. Zyman will try and turn the corner, and he can't do it as he goes off to the left side. Acosta has him, and there's no gain on that one. Mark Acosta, defensive tackle, senior, 6 foot, 170-pounder, making the stop. It'll be a third down and call it a long 3. Football at the 21-yard line. 8:45 to go in the third. Eagles are down 22-6. Plenty of time. Remember, just period number 3. Next week, the Eagles right back here in Southern California against the Apple School on Saturday afternoon. 3rd and 3. Beeston on a pitch to Zyman. Needs a block. He's forced deeper than he wanted to go. He gets up over the 25 and then is forced out of bounds, and he might have come up with a first down. We'll see where they give him progress to on the near side. They give him progress to the 26-yard line. Schultz made the stop there. Helped on the play by Weiss, but not before. John Zyman was able to turn the corner and come up with a first down. He was forced a little bit deeper than he wanted to go, forced back to the 20, but again was able to turn it upfield in a hurry and advance the ball 6 yards from the 20 all the way to the 26-yard line for the first down. Justin Vance in our game, wide on the right side, wearing Ron Shannon's old number. And here's a give to John Zyman off right guard. A big hole, 30-yard line up to midfield. And down he goes. Another Eagle first down, the second of the drive. They'll spot the football at the Eagle 39-yard line. First down Templeton as Zyman off right guard. Able to find good running room for Templeton. Their second first down of the drive as they come out poised and confident to start period number 3. Well, it's the one thing I'm sure Jerry Reynolds told them. You know, points sometimes come easy in this game, but you don't have to force the issue. Oftentimes, there's plenty of time. Just do what you can do best and go down the field. In short spurts, up the middle, Aaron Alderson. Big running room, 35, 30, 25, 20, 18-yard line. Eric Alderson. And now check me, it's Aaron Alderson. Boy, I don't know why I can't keep the Alderson straight. Aaron's the big guy, and Eric's smaller than the big guy. 7:33 to go in the third. Big run for Aaron Alderson. I'll bet you their granddad is able to keep them straight. Setbacks are split. Wide receiver to the right for the Eagles. Everybody else is tight. Beeston on a handoff to Aaron once more. Drives to the 19-yard line, hit hard by Mark Acosta. Good defensive play by Acosta, sliding off a potential blocker and crashing into Aaron on the play. Gain is good for a yard. It'll be a 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Eagles. Touchdown, obviously, and they're right back in our football game. The Eagles finding themselves down by 16 here. So normally they go for a 2, and there's no choice involved. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions simply to tie. 2nd down and 9 at the Care 19. Beeston on a give to Alderson. Tries to go wide, and hopping aboard him, defensive end Derek Durden. And big number 88, who is 6'6", 190 pounds, just hopped on Aaron's broad back and wrestled him to the ground. No gain at all. 3rd and 9 coming up. They break their huddle. Come to the line. 3rd and 9 for the Eagles as the Care defense has stiffened on the first 2 plays of the series. Let's see what the Eagles do. Vance wide to the right. Up the middle. Alderson, a big hole to the 10-yard line, driving forward to about the 8-yard line. An Eagle first down. Oh, boy, quick hitter right to Alderson. Up the middle he came. And, boy, that's the last thing in the world you're going to be looking for, eh? And the Eagles come up with a big play, a gain of 10 on the play for Aaron, and an Eagle first down inside the 10 at around the 9-yard line. 1st and goal. KPRL Paso Robles with the Eagles and the Cares in Arcadia. Wide receiver to the right side as the Eagles have 2 men in the backfield. Alderson gets the call and drives forward for a yard. Acosta gets him there. He might have gotten 2. Bedoin also involved on the tackle. And as they unpile, so Scott Moore.
Moore and Acosta makes the tackle.
It'll be a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line.
Gain of a yard on the play. 2nd and goal.
The Eagles bringing in a new wide receiver into their lineup. That's Nick Camp. 5'11", 150. He and Vance are shuttling back and forth with the plays. And Camp goes wide on the left. Eagles in the eye. 2nd and goal. Beeston play action keeper. Fumbling the ball. Loose back outside the 15 and covered up by Zyman at the 17-yard line. But the Eagles lose 8, or actually 10 big yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and goal from the 17. So Beeston on the option was hit as he tried to pitch it back at the last possible second to the trailing John Zyman. And now the Eagles are faced with a 3rd and goal at the 17. Remember, they connected earlier in the game for a 13-yard touchdown pass on a 4th and 8. Pence is wide to the left, big play. On a wing on the right, Zyman. Beeston in the pocket to throw, has running room. He's going to use that running room. Inside the 15, inside the 10. Puts his head down and drives to the 5-yard line. Goes down there. Scott Moore tackling him in the open field at the 5. So Beeston in the pocket. And they covered everybody well and also cut off the outside. So John took it right up the gut of the defense and drove from where he started running the 20 to the 15-yard line. Or check me now, the 5-yard line from where it'll be 4th and goal. Well, big play in our game because the Eagles are down 22-6, and because it's such a big play, Jerry Reynolds decides they'd better talk it over before they do anything. Timeout on the field, 4:15 to go in a rapidly moving 3rd period. Eagles trail 22-6, and we'll be right back. Gary Miller back live at Rio Hondo in Arcadia in LA, and Jerry Reynolds has had his say with John Beeston. 4th and goal at the 5-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. Camp is wide on the right. In motion to the left is Zyman. Beeston to throw over the middle for Camp in a crowd. It's incomplete. That was a slant for Camp, and the ball was incomplete. Might have been deflected by one of the Cares. There were a whole bunch of guys in the area. It was the same kind of play the Eagles scored in the championship game against them on last year when Ron Shannon caught the football. But not this time. And from their own 5-yard line, the Cares have stopped the Eagles, and now they huddle up within the shadow of their goalpost, 1st down. The Eagles now would love very much to hold them without a 1st down. Guerrero, the quarterback, on a give. Moore tries to go wide, cannot turn the corner. The Eagles stop him right at the line of scrimmage. First man to make the hit for Templeton on that play was Jim Hart. Jim wearing number 24 here this evening, so it took a little extra time to find him. 5'9", 165-pound junior. 3:50 to go in the third. Eagles down 22-6, and a long Templeton drive has just been stopped at the 5. Wide receiver to the far side is Aiden, and Guerrero play action in the pocket to throw. Way downfield for Aiden. He's out there. The ball knocked away by John Beeston. He made a great play. Beeston, beaten on the play by Aiden by a yard or two, reached up over his shoulder and batted the ball away from Aiden just a split second before Don was about to nestle it in his arms. Big play by John Beeston. It's 3rd and 10 at their own 5-yard line for Rio Hondo. And Beeston, I think, just saved a 75-yard touchdown. Mighty big play by John. Boy, you think about all these kids going both ways. I know how hard it is to talk the entire game, but I can't imagine being out there both ways. I know, even one way for me. Don't tell me anymore. 3rd down now, and before the ball can be snapped, there's movement in the line, and everybody throws a flag. And we'll see who initiated the contact. The Eagle fans like it. It's a procedure call, half the distance to the goal against the Cares. Now they're virtually huddling up in the parking lot with a football at the 2.5-yard line. 3:35 to go. We have had no scoring at all in the third period. It's moved right along up until the last couple of minutes. And the Cares continue to maintain a 22-6 lead. Out of the huddle they come, wide on the far side. That's Don Aiden. They line up in the eye. If Guerrero throws, it'll be from his own end zone. Dave instead hands it off to Scott Moore, looking to turn the corner on the right side. Alderson gets to the corner first and knocks him out of bounds. He might have gotten to about the 7. So the Eagle defense has come up big, forcing a 4th down play now. It'll be 4th and, just about 8 yards needed for the first down.
4th down for Rio Hondo.
And Rio Hondo's Guerrero has to kick it away from about 5 or 6 yards deep in his own end zone.
Safety for Templeton.
John Ziman at the 40-yard line anticipating the punt. And before it can come, there's an equipment problem with Scott Moore. So the referee says, I can handle this. And he adjusts the equipment, and we're ready to go. 4th down and 8 for Rio Hondo. They obviously have to kick it away from their own end zone, and Ziman hopeful of getting a big return. Of course, I guess ideally the Eagles would like to block this thing in the end zone and fall on it. 4 men up at the line. There's the snap. There's no rush at all. Guerrero's kick is a mile high. A driving spiral. Ziman lets it go over his head inside the 30, inside the 20. What a kick. The ball's going to be dead at the 17-yard line. Dave Guerrero, kicking from 5 yards deep in his own end zone, hung up a beauty. And there was no chance for Ziman. He was waiting for the ball at midfield. There's about 12 yards over his head. Now the PA says a 50-yard kick. Even if the line of scrimmage was the 10, okay? We'll go 30 yards upfield and 20 yards downfield. That would be 50. And the ball's at the 18, so that would make it 52. And the line of scrimmage was about the 8-yard line on the play. So I guess he's not all that far off. About a 54-yard kick, but about 55 or 60 yards in the air. All right, first down for the Eagles. Ziman on the call. He looks to sweep the right side, is able to barely turn the corner before he pays the price. Knocked out of bounds over the 20 at about the 23-yard line. They're going to spot the football right at the 23. The gain on the play is good for 6. It's 2nd and 4. Has to be discouraging for Templeton when you think about it, because they, of course, marched upfield just a few moments ago and ultimately were stopped. The second time Rio Hondo's defense has stiffened in our game and stopped Templeton on a pretty good drive. And then they come up and make some very fine defensive plays to force them to kick from deep in their own end zone, and the punter Guerrero gets off an absolute beauty. 2nd down and 4. Again, Ziman, this time the left side, tripped up in the open field by linebacker Norm Schultz. Norm just reached out. He had been blocked down on the play, and laying on the ground, he reached out, extended his arms, and tripped up Ziman. He made a big play. Gain on the play is over the 25 to about the 26-yard line, from where it'll be 3rd and a long 1. They need more than a yard for the first down. Clock running, less than 2 to go in the third period. Wide on the near side, Justin Vance. They're in the eye. Beeston calls signals, and the Eagles are moving before the ball is snapped. Guilty on the play, and there can be little doubt for Templeton, was Brett Finley. So Brett apparently forgot the snap count. He was very intent upon putting a block on the middle linebacker, Norm Schultz, on the play. and he figured if he could get a second or two head start, it might make his block all the more effective. But obviously, that is a no-no. So instead of a 3rd and long yard, now you have 3rd and a little more than 6 needed for the first down. Well, let's see what the Eagles call here. Pence is wide on the right side, so Bobby's on. And they're going to pitch it out to Zyman, who barely was able to catch the pitch. He's going to try and turn the corner, but he can't do it on the right. Forced out of bounds over the 25 at about the 26, and the Eagles are in a kicking situation on 4th down. And now let's check me on it now, because the football, and apparently on the near side, did advance to the 27-yard line. Now the chains are on the far side. It appeared to me that they needed to get to the 28 or a little bit over that for the first down, but we'll have to see. We've been wrong before, and that one was against Templeton early in the game, so if we're wrong here, it'll be to the Eagles' advantage. So let's see. It'll either be 4th down or an Eagle first down, and everybody's going to stand up right in front of us. It is 4th down. So there's no way we could see that, as the band chose to stand at precisely that time, and the band right in front of us. Last night, the Paso Robles band teacher, Mr. Burkle, I believe, did a nice thing. Our broadcast location and the band's location were just feet apart, and I told him that if the band stayed there, that no one would be able to hear our broadcasting, even though it was pretty good seats. He very kindly had the band members get up and move to an area downfield a bit so that they wouldn't interfere with us, and I thought that was a real nice gesture. 1:39 to go in the 3rd. 22-6, Eagles trail. They're going for it on 4th and short. 4th and short yardage. They go for it up the middle. Aaron Alderson breaking through the line of scrimmage over the 30 to the 31-yard line and a first down. So the Eagles come up big on 4th and short yardage, and Jerry, knowing, of course, the scoreboard is against him and the clock with 1:35 to go in the 3rd, also is something for him to consider. Went for it on the 4th and 1, even at his own 29-yard line, or actually his 27-yard line, and came up with the first down. Eagles come to the line. They need to get on the board because 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, successful, mind you, only tie. And here's a fumble on the play, and it's recovered by Rio Hondo. Beeston tried to give it off to Alderson, who'd already gone by, and he barely touched his thigh as he did go by, and the ball fallen upon by Rio Hondo, making the recovery for the Cares. We'll pick him up in a moment. Was Don Bedoya. Bedoya recovers, so Jerry's gamble pays off, but a moment or so later, the Eagles cough it up anyway, and now Rio Hondo has the football with less than a minute to go, period number 3. Out of the huddle they come, and they're only 31 yards away from a touchdown. Wide receiver far side is Aiden. And Guerrero in the pocket to throw, looking deep for Aiden, wide open downfield, he's got it at the 5, touchdown! One play. And he had beaten John Beeston clean as a whistle. You know, we put the onus on Beeston, but John Zyman, I believe, is the corner over there, and he has to beat the corner first before Beeston, the safety, can get involved. And the Eagles are kind of on the field now with their palms extended, wondering, what are we going to do? Just might be one of those nights, eh? Aiden, his second touchdown reception of the evening. Acosta's PAT attempt. The snap is down. The kick is going to be good. This one on a high snap barely made it through. And Acosta, I think, is a little bit embarrassed about it as he covers up his face, maybe to keep from laughing. 47 seconds to go in the 3rd, and the Rio Hondo Cares seeking revenge for last year's championship defeat at the hands of the Eagles, having things all their own way. They lead 29-6, and we'll be right back. That's fine. Let me. That was a 25 to Aiden, and that was a 31-yard touchdown pass. Hold it. Yeah, I'm fine.
Mark Acosta will be kicking off to John.
62nd, eh?
John Beeston.
Okay. Just tell me when.
Beeston fields it at the 10.
Yeah, really.
Ball is marked down just across the 30-yard line. First 10 for the Eagles.
Good line. So on first down, following Beeston's kickoff return, he cranks up and lets it fly and hits Bobby Pence away downfield from his own 31 down to the 14-yard line of the Cares. Good for 37 yards.
13-yard line.
15 seconds to go in the period. We may or may not get another play. I'm not sure the Eagles moving away from the clock are aware that it's a factor here as we wind down in the third. Eagles come to the line away from the clock with 4. Beeston looks over the defense with 2. It's iffy now, and there's the horn in the background as the Eagles do not get off the play. After 3, your score, Rio Hondo 29, Templeton 6. Back for the final 12 minutes in just a moment. Ready to go now, period number 4. Eagles trailing 29-6. And they come to the line with John Zyman in at quarterback. They've got a wing on the left side. Zyman, the quarterback, on the keeper. Around the left side he goes, inside the 10, drives forward to around the 7-yard line. Play started at the 15, give him 8 on the play. John Zyman on the keeper that time. His first play at quarterback this evening, and the Eagles have a second down play coming up, and let's call it 3 at the 7-yard line. Just underway, period number 4, 29-6, the Eagles are down. I'm sure Jerry Reynolds distressed about a lot of things, certainly the lack of offense tonight. Zyman in at QB right now on a roll to the right behind Alderson, turns the corner on the right side and goes in for an Eagle touchdown. John Zyman scoring here just 40 seconds into the fourth period. And the defending champions in 8-man football with at least a murmur of protest, as they have been pretty much manhandled so far. Zyman with a 7-yard TD run. Eagles will come out to go for the 2. Beeston back in at quarterback. Alderson and Zyman are the setbacks. They're split. And inside handoff, Zyman up right guard to the goal line for 2. One official says yes, another says no, and now they all agree it's a 2-point conversion for the Eagles. So one started to wipe it away, but the other was more emphatic. John had indeed crossed the plane, and the Eagles now have 14 points on the board. Timeout, 11:20 to go. Rio Hondo 29, the Eagles 14, and we'll be back in a moment. The Templeton Eagles with a 49-yard touchdown drive, 37 of the yards. Of course, the big pass hookup from Beeston to Bobby Pence. And finally, it was John Zyman for the touchdown from 7 away. Here's the kick by Beeston, end over end. Going to be played by Aiden on the run. He drops the ball, picks it up at the 15, angles to the left, over the 20, and advances to the 22-yard line. And is down there by the Eagles' John Beeston, the kicker. All right, the Eagles are down by 15, so there's still an opening in the door, 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, and Templeton can have a happy 5-hour bus ride back home with a 30-29 victory. But the Cares have shown absolutely that they can handle the Eagles so far in our game. All right, Guerrero on the option, pitches it out to the second man, that's Scott Moore. He tries to get to the sidelines, but it's Bobby Pence who won't let him get away. He is over the 25 to about the 28-yard line, a pickup of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4 coming up. Seems like we say it all the time, but it's almost crystal clear every game you see, the ability to beat the first man and then with a little speed, and of course it's more than a little speed, but good speed to get to the sideline. Boy, oh boy, you're going to make yardage in this game. Wide receiver on the right side is Aiden. Unbalanced backfield, and they fake it to the fullback. Guerrero to throw deep for Aiden, all by himself downfield. He's got it in the air at the 20, the 10, the 5. He's to the goal line. A touchdown, Rio Hondo. Would you believe? Don Aiden all by himself. And they sure did negotiate that yardage in a hurry as they answer the Eagle touchdown less than a minute later with one of their own. That is the 4th touchdown pass of the night. thrown by Guerrero. The third to Aiden, and that one I believe was good for 51 yards. Here's Acosta, soccer-style kicker. He's going to want to nail this one after barely making the last one. He puts his foot to this one, and this one's going to be off to the left. Simon nearly got in on it, and the holder also had a little bit of trouble, so the kick's no good. Well, they're coming back up the field, but the Cares have answered the Eagles, and if Templeton had any hopes of getting back in the ball game, the Cares, I think, would like to put those hopes to bed. Timeout, 10:23 to go. Rio Hondo 35, Templeton 14. We'll be right back. I'm with you. Okay, I just have, writing to do. Okay, it's hard to do that during the play-by-play, but Rio Hondo getting set to kick off from left to right. It's everybody up for the kickoff. Acosta, soccer style, kicks the ground ball, played by one of the Eagle Up men at the 20-yard line, advances it to the 25. Nearly had the ball stripped. It's Mike Garcia. Acosta, the kicker, went for the football instead of trying to tackle Garcia, and Mike had to wrap another arm around it and fall down at the 28-yard line. So Acosta getting a wee bit greedy there, going for the football after kicking the ground ball. I think that Acosta's a little upset with his kicking tonight, but the kicker gets all the credit, and of course takes all the hoots and howls when he misses. But the snap and the hold are equally important, boy. All right, play action for Beeston. He's got time over the middle. Bobby Pence on a slant. He's got it at the 30-yard line, the 25, down to the 20, to the 18-yard line. Bobby Pence on a slant over the middle. And a big gainer for the Eagles down to the Care 18-yard line. And boy, oh boy, is this game opened up now in the fourth period. We've had 2 touchdowns in the last, minute and a half. And the Eagles answer on first down with a big gainer. Well, as per usual, when you watch teams like these two, boy, it's wide open. And that's what we've got tonight, a 33-yard pass hookup from Beeston to Bobby Pence. Justin Vance in the game now, giving Pence a breather. Beeston in at quarterback, looking over the defense from the Care 18. Sticks it in, Simon's gut off right guard. He goes, still on his feet inside the 15, driving forward to around the 11-yard line. He got 8 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 2 coming up for the Eagles. Stopped on the far side by Mark Acosta, their kicker, also defensive tackle.
Acosta making a stop for Rio Hondo.
Well, the Eagles not about to say die, but the 9-13, 9-12, 9-11 on the clock, very much their enemy now. 35-14, Rio Hondo leads. Wide receiver Pence on the right side, they're in the eye. They give it to Simon, hit behind the line, and down he goes, and Norm Schultz, the linebacker. 5'11", 176-pound junior, middle linebacker, with a lineman's dream or a defensive player's dream, the opportunity to hit the ball carrier without anybody putting a block on him. Eagles lose 4 yards on the play, make it 5 yards on the play. Well, it's a 3rd and 5 coming up, so I guess the Eagles lost 3 yards on the play. I knew I'd get it straight sooner or later. Out of the huddle they come. Pence is back in wide to the left side, split out about 4 yards. They're in the eye. Beeston gives it to Simon. They're working the left side. What a block by Alderson to spring him. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. He's to the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and Aaron Alderson knocked a young kid on his numbers, and he won't soon forget it. Oh, what a block Aaron threw to spring Simon on that one. Boy, he is a hard hitter. In the Mike Simon mold. I don't know who Jerry's grooming for that spot, the fullback linebacker position, but Simon and Alderson are going to be 2 difficult kids to replace. Of course, he replaced Simon with Alderson, and here's Aaron going up the middle for a Templeton touchdown. Can you believe that? 8:06 to go. The Eagles score their 2nd touchdown in 4 minutes, the 3rd touchdown in the game in the 4 minutes.
Aaron Alderson carries it in for Templeton.
As the Eagles get back on the board, it's 35-20 now. They're down by 15. 2-point conversion can make it obviously a 13-point deficit. So I started to write Simon. So Alderson on the board for the first time tonight. 2-point conversion with a man in motion. It's Simon. And back to throw over the middle for Pence. It's through his hands. It's incomplete. Beeston's pass over the middle, no good. And it's still a 15-point deficit. 8:06 to go. Rio Hondo 35, the Eagles 20, and we'll be right back. John Beeston's kick is played by Guerrero, and they're going to work the old hook and ladder. He gives it off to one of the players with his back to him, and he pitches it out to Scott Moore, who tries the right side and brings it over the 20 to about the 22-yard line. So they faked that last time with the kick returner coming right up the middle and giving it to a would-be blocker, and then the blocker pitches it out to a man coming around, and the play really didn't gain very much yardage, and the Eagles will go on defense, but first the Cares want a timeout. We'll keep it here with 8 minutes to go in our ball game in case you missed some other scores from around our area. Junior varsity games tonight win to Rio Hondo 40-6. So following the timeout, the 3-yard gain by Acosta, who comes out limping, and they'll get Scott Moore right back in our game. Remember, when you only suit up 11 and you have 8 on the field at all times, your bench is rather limited. So Moore is back in. Out of the huddle they come. Steve Mendoza has been the center all the way, 6'2", 167. He's a junior. And Guerrero on a pitch to Moore, driving and hit at the line. Down he goes, trying to turn the corner on the right side, and tripped up by Eric Alderson. 7:12 to go. Eagles are down 35-20. They've scored 2 touchdowns in the opening 4.5 minutes of this period. So for a long time they were stuck on 6 since the first period, in fact, and did not score in the second or third quarters. And yet they're still alive, down by 15, so the door still ever so slightly ajar. Coming out on the near side, 8 on. Big play here, 3rd and 7. You really have to hold him without a first down here if you want to get the football back. Guerrero to throw, rush on, he's hit as he throws, it's downfield, it's up for grabs, it's incomplete. Guerrero hit from the blind side by Scott Stilson, as Scott got a shot at the quarterback, and Dave had to have a mighty quick release to even get that football away. He was able to get the pass off, and downfield it went incomplete, overthrowing Aiden, so the Eagles have held, and they've got to kick it away with 6:38. So there's still time, and there still might be a ball game yet. Another Eagle touchdown, and I think everybody will be on their feet then to watch the final however much time is left. Guerrero to kick. Now the Eagles have got no rush on him at all the entire night. They haven't come anywhere near him. Zyman back. The snap is high. There's no rush. Nobody rushing the kicker, and he hangs up another beauty. End over end. Zyman's going to let it roll. It takes an Eagle bounce. One of the Cares is going to have to fall on it at the 29-yard line, and now they're going to put it right at the 30-yard line. Acosta falling on it. Boy, the snaps have been the last 2 times they've had the ball, they've scored. There's not much margin for error now for Templeton. They're down in our game, 35-20. And some 50 yards away from where they have to be in a hurry. Beeston play action to throw. Looking downfield for Bobby Pence. Bobby's out there. He's got the football in Care territory inside the 30. He made a great catch at the 25-yard line. First down. Well, he was covered well on the play. I believe it was Pettit downfield with him. But Bobby just seemed to want the ball a little bit more. And the fans on the far side who made the trip from the North County now on their feet in support of their team who's come alive. Boy, maybe there's some credence to that old being on the bus for 5 hours and taking a lot of time to get the kinks out. Because the Eagles are driving now. Pence to the right. Everybody else tight. Zyman off right guard, finds running room. Inside the 20, turns the corner, forced out of bounds on the far side at around the 19-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football. 6:03 to play in our game. Acosta made the tackle. They'll give him progress inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So on the play, a 7-yard gain for John at 2nd down and 3. And just as important from the Eagle point of view, by going out of bounds, the clock stops. At 2nd, it appears to be closer to 4, I believe. From the 18, Beeston to Zyman again. Oh, what a block by Alderson. Zyman around the corner, the 15, the 10, forced out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Eagles, and again it's Aaron Alderson spinning to make a key block and crashing into a would-be tackler to spring, John Zyman. Football spotted inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Again, John went out of bounds on the play. Nope, they're going to say he was hit before he went out of bounds, so the clock starts after they set everything up following the first down. 1st and goal, Eagles. 5:43 to go. They're in the eye. Wide receiver to the right. Up the middle, Aaron Alderson. Right up the middle. Touchdown. Would you believe it? 35-26. The Eagles scored 40 seconds into this period. Another touchdown 3.5 minutes later, and 2.5 minutes later, they're in the promised land again. Key play here. They're down by 9. They go for the 2. Calling signals Beeston. He's going to go on an inside handoff to Zyman, who's hit behind the line, and down he goes, and they're down by 9. They have to score twice now to get back in our game, and that was a mighty big miss there. The Eagles are down 35-26, and missing that 2-point conversion may well come back to haunt them. Timeout, 5:36 to go. Rio Hondo 35, the Eagles 26. We'll be right back. John Beeston kicks a ground ball along the sideline. It does go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line, so the Cares will get it at their own 30-yard line. The Eagles scored 40 seconds into the period on a 7-yard run by John Zyman. And then after Guerrero hit Aiden with a 51-yard touchdown pass a few moments after that, the Eagles came right back with another touchdown, an Alderson 2-yard run. And then 2.5 minutes later, another Alderson 7-yard run. 3 Eagle touchdowns so far in this quarter. And they were shut out in the second and third. Guerrero goes up the middle and miscues on the handoff, and then is tackled on the play by Hart. He got a yard on the play. He was fortunate not to fumble. So the Cares might be showing some signs of getting tired, and who can blame them? So many of these kids go both ways. It has to be an exhausting experience. Of course, I guess if you're 15 or 16 years old, you don't get tired. Hard for me to remember that far back, and I'm sure for you too. 5:05 to play. Guerrero on a pitch to Moore. He has trouble handling the football. Zyman cuts him off, but he does cross the 30 and is forced out of bounds. We'll see where they give him progress to, right on the near sideline. He's going to be over the 35 at the 36-yard line. The gain is good for about 5 on the play, and they'll come up with a 3rd down and 4 at the 36-yard line. And again, a key situation here now. Remember, the Eagles are down by 9 points, so they need to score twice. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion is still going to leave them a buck shy. 3rd and 4, key play. Cares really desperately need a 1st down. Eagles have stopped him twice in a row on defense. Here's the play. Guerrero on a keeper. Going to circle the left side. He's wide open. Midfield, 35-yard line. Back toward the middle of the field at the 30. Another move gets him down to the 27-yard line. Oh, what a beautiful play by quarterback Dave Guerrero. Guerrero finally spun around by Scott Stilson. That was just a quarterback going away from all his blockers on a naked move. As everybody moved to the right, and he put the ball on his hip and circled around to the left side, and he didn't ask for any blocking. Everybody was on the other side of the field, and Dave was wide open. That was a tremendous play call, I'm sure, by Coach Johnson. 4 minutes to go in our game. Care 1st down. They hand it off. Scott Moore. Oh, he's crunched at the line. Down he goes. Brett Finley got him. I don't think he gained anything. If he did, it was about a foot. Let's call it 2nd and 10 coming up. But the Cares, moving away from the clock, can take a look and see that it says 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and they are nursing a 35-26 advantage. You get the feeling these two teams could meet again in postseason play. You just get that feeling. Out of the huddle, Rio Hondo. Guerrero looks over the defense. Everybody packed in pretty solid except for Aiden, who's wide to the right. He fakes the pitch out. He's looking for Aiden deep down the right side. The ball is going to be caught by Aiden. And again, it's in our blind spot here, out of our view. And how far downfield is. He's deep in Templeton territory, and he could be inside the 10-yard line when they finally spot the football. Nope. It's going to be at the 12-yard line. So with the fans standing in the bleachers directly in front of us and considerably lower, all we can do is wait for their reaction on the pass completion from Guerrero to Aiden. 1st and 10, Rio Hondo. And you hesitate to say that any touchdown could put it out of reach, but you get the feeling that another Care score, if it's not out of reach now, considering the lead by 9 with only 3:15 to go, that this touchdown would really put a lid on it. In motion to the far side, Scott Moore. Up the middle, Dave Guerrero, the quarterback, with a flag on the play, driving to around the 9-yard line. The referee threw the flag as the play developed, and somebody was in motion for the Cares. Well, it's been a fun night of football. You kind of wonder why everybody was so timid, particularly on the Eagle side in the second and third period, unable to move the football. Most of their drives have been keyed by the passing combination of Beeston and Pence, and Jerry Reynolds has told us he considers Bobby Pence to be just about as good a receiver as there is in San Luis Obispo County. That's 8-man, that's 11-man, that's 22-man, whatever you want to play. 5-yard walk-off against Rio Hondo. Brings the football to around the 17-yard line. .3:11 to play. Eagles really need a big break, a fumble that they can pick up and move down the field. A pass interception that they can have a big return on. They're down to that sort of wish and hopeful stage right now. Wide to the far side, and in motion for the Cares is their left end. And John Pettit is guilty of making a false start on the play. Well, this game is somewhat reminiscent of last year when on the second or third week the Eagles went to Reseda and played Montclair Prep and had a very difficult time, never really even got back in the football game. They lost it something like 48-20, something like that. Personal thoughts were that maybe Montclair Prep would provide the opposition for the Eagles somewhere in playoff competition, but Rio Hondo stepped in and knocked off Montclair Prep. All right, the Eagles won time, 2:51 to go. The Cares will have the ball with a first down and about, it appears to be first and 22. No, it's got to be less than that. It's going to be a first down and 21 at the 22. Okay, timeout, 2:51 to play in our game, 35-26 Rio Hondo, and we'll pause for a moment. Well, Aaron Alderson has had a powwow with Jerry Reynolds on the far side. But the Eagles in danger of going one up and one down, and apparently that is their destiny here tonight. Unless they can really pull a couple of rabbits out of their helmets. First and 21 at the 22. And the Eagles forced to use their timeouts. 35-26 Rio. All right, a reminder, tomorrow on KPRL at 10 minutes past 10, it'll be the Angels who came from behind today. They trailed Toronto 6-2, won the ball game 8-6. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Royals were falling for the third consecutive day, this time to Minnesota. Minnesota's knocked them off 2 consecutive days, and the Angels are only a game away. And keep in mind, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, all at 7:10 on KPRL. The Angels and Royals from Anaheim Stadium. And you're right, a Western Division title very much in the offering over the next couple of weeks. But first things first, Toronto in the final game of the series in Canada tomorrow at 10:10. And then the Rams, who are, to be perfectly frank, humiliated. And reading the LA Times down here today, boy, seems like the Rams belong to somebody else, and the Raiders are the team that everybody in the Southland wants to embrace. You'll see how long that lasts, at least until they lose, eh? But the Rams will take on Detroit tomorrow in Anaheim, and you'll hear that game right after the Angel Blue Jay game. All right, ready to go. Second down and 21 from the 22-yard line. Guerrero with a long signal count, taking his time, now steps in under the center. And he's going to give it to the second man through. That's Bedoin, the fullback, driving inside the 20 to about the 17. Hitting down by Bill Connolly on the play. Joe Hart also involved. Jim Hart now. Check me on it. It'll be a third down play coming up, and Dave Guerrero, the heady quarterback, and he's only a junior. He did start as a sophomore. Checks out the clock, looking over his shoulder to steal a glance at that. It's his buddy. 2:12 to play in the game. They lead by 9. Mendoza comes out over the football. Third down and about 14 needed for the first down. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Here's the same naked move again by the quarterback Guerrero. This time he's tripped up by John Zyman out of his cornerback slot. Again, the blocking goes to the right. Guerrero sticks the ball on his hip and takes the great circle route around the left end with nobody in front of him. Last time on a big 3rd and 4, he came up big with the play. This time, Zyman wasn't fooled. It'll be a 4th and 12 with the football spotted at around the 13-yard line. Well, as Greg Welsh called it last night, they're in 2-down territory. That means when you get to 3rd down in this situation, you've really got 2 downs to get the first down because you're going to do nothing except go for it on 4th down. You're not going to punt. You're not going to kick a field goal. So here it is, 4th and 12 to 13. Pitch out, stop more, running room around the right side, inside the 10-yard line. Again into our blind spot he goes. He's forced out of bounds, and we'll have to see. It might be a first down. He might be near the goal line. There's no way in the world we can tell you where the ball is because we have about 50 people standing right up between our line of vision and the flag on the right side. So all we can do is wait to see as they unpile. The Care fans roar, and on 4th and 12 at the 13-yard line, the football carried by Moore inside the 1-yard line, right near the goal line. It's 1st and goal. Would you believe that could happen? 1:08 to go. And a timeout being asked for, an official's timeout here momentarily. And I'm not sure why. I think Jerry Reynolds is not very thrilled with some of the things he's seen here tonight. But the Eagles took a long time to get started. And it's the old 5-hour bus trip theory. Anyway, Larry Welsh was saying he feels that his team has gotten hurt coming down here in CIF competition and losing, I believe, 3 consecutive years in Southern California, taking a long bus trip and playing that night. And Larry said he'd like to make a 2-day trip out of it. Now, I don't know if the money exists. Maybe it could be raised by the boosters. But they might come down if they get the opportunity and stay over one night and then play the next day and see how they go. Up the middle, Bedoin to the goal line. Rio Hondo scores. With 41 seconds to go. Bedoin will give him credit for a 1-yard touchdown run. And that shall be that. Although in truth, of course, the game was pretty well wrapped up before that touchdown. Clock is running and it shouldn't be. Well, somebody wants to get out of here. The man who operates the scoreboard clock is standing right next to it. But he's letting it go. Guerrero goes for the 2-point conversion and scores, but there is a flag on the play. 16 seconds.
Against Rio Hondo.
All right, now, you know something? I think we're going to have to hold everything. Because apparently, on the first down play by Bedoin, he did not get into the end zone, although I swear I saw an official raise his arms, but apparently he did not get into the end zone. And on the second down play, what we just thought was a 2-point conversion attempt, there was a penalty on the play, but in fact, that was a second down play. So the football comes out to the 5-yard line, and Bedoin did not score.
Still second down.
Well, the referee here tonight equipped with a field microphone. Can you imagine that? Now, I wear headphones, and that's the first time I've realized that he's got a field microphone. Maybe it's the first time it's worked. 16 seconds to go, so pardonnez-moi. Obviously, they did not get a touchdown on the first down play, although I honestly thought I saw a couple of striped shirts signal touchdown, but that was not the case. On second down, they were guilty of a penalty. Here's the 3rd and goal from the 5. 16 seconds to go. It's still 35-26. Up the middle they come, and driving forward for a yard, maybe 2, that's about all, was Bedoin again, and I do not believe we'll see another play. It's going to end just the way it is right now as the crowd counts it down. It's all over in Arcadia. Rio Hondo has beaten the Templeton Eagles 35-26. We'll wrap it up in a moment.